about being here. I'm excited about what I get to chat with you guys about, and I have to tell you that I just found out that corporate actually called this, what I feel like is the smartest superstar director that I know, and asked them to do this training, this presentation right here, right now for you guys, and she said no.
What?
And then they called another one that I feel like is the funniest superstar director. I think many of you guys might even know who she is. And anyway, they asked her to do this jet set goal setting training, and she said no as well. And then when I found out the third person that they asked to do this training, I was like, well, I guess they just figured that if she wasn't going to be the smartest or the funniest, maybe she would look cute, right? And so, but she said no too. And let me tell you, when they called me, I was like, I couldn't say no. I had already said no 3 times. I was going to be here. Okay, so but for real, I'm humbled and I am super honored to be here. I'm crazy passionate about this topic of jet setting and goal getting. Today I want to share from my heart. I want to give you tips that I know that you can go home and use starting tomorrow morning that will change your business. Not just to earn a trip this year, not just to double your Scentsy income or double your team, but things that if you do them consistently, you will continuously see success in your Scentsy journey. I'm going to give you practical ideas. I'm going to give you tips that I have shared, well, tips that I've done, but tips that I've shared with other people as I mentor people around the globe, and I've seen it work for them as well. That's what you're going to get when you leave out of here today. And speaking of globe, did anybody get a special unofficial email yesterday? Top 100. All right, level 4. So you are looking at, and there's many more, of course, a unofficial level 4 top 100 incentive trip earner. Okay, so I want to get back to the jet setting goal getting, and I need to tell you one thing before we dive into this.
Bless you.
Just because I'm a few feet higher than all of you guys doesn't make me any better than you. The things that I've learned in my 10 years of Scentsy, I pray will be things that help you as you go through little ups and downs in your Scentsy business. I'm not any better. I'm just here to share things that I've seen work, and I'm actually going to take it a step further. I'm going to be your big sister today. And I'm actually going to go a step further, and I'm going to give you some advice of things that, just warnings, things not to do in your Scentsy business. Things that as I look back, I'm like, whoo, that was tough. So that is what we're going to do today together. I've earned every single annual incentive trip since I started Scentsy. This is my Scentsy Scentiversary month, 10 years this month, and I just want to share with you to empower you, to give you some ideas that changes everything for you, okay? So, when you think of goals, do you get scared just a little bit? When I hear the word goal, I think of the fear of failure. See, whenever I'm thinking about setting a goal, I immediately think to myself, is it attainable? Because I really don't want to write this down if I don't know that I can measure it out and realistically see myself getting there. I'm not going to dream real big, because if I tell anybody or if I write it down, that's scary. I don't want to fail. I'd rather not set the goal, just work my butt off, see where I get, instead of setting a goal and falling short. Anybody connect with that in here? Okay. All right. So, I stress sweat whenever someone from the stage says, write down your current goal. Or you might hear it said as, write down your current why. And I think to myself, oh gosh, is anybody close enough where they can see what I write? How small can I write this, right? Because maybe they'll remember in 3 months from now or 6 months from now when I don't get that, they're not going to think I'm a big failure. Isn't that sad that we feel like that, right? But we do. So, there's a second part of goal setting that maybe terrifies you. How about this? How about you aren't afraid to write that big goal down? You know, like you're not afraid, you're going to write it big, bold, and loud and proud. You are going to own that goal, but wait, what gets you might be thinking about the daily action plans that you have to do to meet it. So, for instance, I want to lose weight, but I'm not exercising. Or I'm not getting rid of all those Doritos that are unopened in the pantry, but I want to lose weight. So maybe you don't set your goals because we were kind of afraid of what it's going to take for you to actually reach that goal, and that holds you back. But I actually have a third idea that came to me as I was thinking about this. How many of you guys have heard of Dave Ramsey? Okay, a good bit. So for those of you that didn't raise your hand, he's just like this super, he's like a granddad. I just love to listen to him. He's so smart and wise. He helps thousands, maybe even millions of people become debt-free. And he's so smart because he's actually broken it down. Well, first of all, he's super inspirational. One time listening to him, you're like, I'm going to be debt-free. That's in the cards for me. My family's going to be debt-free. Like, he inspires you, pumps you up, right? But he doesn't leave you there. He then, I don't know how many of you guys, has anybody here done this Financial Peace University or, read the book and stuff? Yeah. Go envelopes, right? Yeah. Okay, inside joke for all of those that know his plan. But anyway, so he breaks it down. He says, we're going to be debt-free, but then here's what you need to do to get there. You need to take, and I have some fun little prizes. What does he say? Raise your hand if you know what he says the first big step is going to be. Usually starts with paying off hold on. Your emergency fund. Okay, I was going to throw this, but actually, just remember to come. You want to come and get it? Or I can give it to you afterwards. I have prizes. So yeah, he says you have to do this first, and he details it out. Let's get that emergency fund in place. And then, this is what the important part is. This is the thing that I feel like is the clinch. To get extra money. Or you sell everything. Like we did the Financial Peace University thing. And I was like going through my house with new fresh eyes. And I was like, man, we really only need 3 forks here. Because there's just 3 of us. I sell all the others, right? I'm like, it's yard sale time. It's on, right? Okay, so but for real, that's what I feel like he is good at, is breaking it down into goes down as low as to a daily action plan. And here's what I feel like where most of us are sitting. We might not be afraid to honestly write that big goal down. We may not be afraid to commit to the daily action plans that we know exist, right? We understand we got to have PRV, and we understand we have to have recruits, and we're willing to get up every day and do something Scentsy, right? Where we fall short and where we get terrified and shut down on our goals is the third part, and that is knowing what to do when we wake up every day. We know we need 2,000 PRV to earn that incentive trip. We know we need 2 recruits that month. You wake up in the morning and you feel lost. Raise your hand if you kind of connect with that lost feeling. Maybe some of the things that you've done have failed. I imagine Dave Ramsey works with a lot of people that have tried to get debt-free on their own. He's probably not their first resource in that area, right? Okay, so if you raised your hands on any of the 3, I'm really glad you're here because I'm going to be your Scentsy Dave Ramsey today, okay? Aren't you guys really excited now? Okay, so, but we have a lot to cover. I want you to know that if you raised your hand on any of the 3 things, that's what I'm here to talk to you about, okay? And I do need a helper because I need help bad. So who wants to stand and just basically repeat after me? Pink shirt. You raised your hands. Now she's like, no, I didn't. Okay, so I'm going to say something first, and then I'm going to point to you, and I want you to finish it. Strong PRV equals strong recruiting, and weak PRV equals weak recruiting. You got it. Okay, so you can come get a prize. I'm going to talk about these in a minute, but you want to bust it in front of everybody? Price is right. You want to bust it in front of everybody? Good prize? Like it. Sure. No. Right. Just hit it hard. Harder than that. Oh, it's a dud. Oh, because you opened it. Hold on. If you open it, it ruins it. Here. Try again. Give me that one. Hit it hard, like a map. No, it's growing. It's a whack-a-pack little Valentine balloon, and it will get really big, and on the inside it has a little sweet message. Okay, yeah. You're welcome. Okay. So I really want you to solidify what Miss Connie just said, because it is the basis for a good portion of our training today. Strong PRV equals strong recruiting. Weak PRV equals weak recruiting. So, in honor of that, if you promise to write fast, and I promise to talk fast, can we go through 30 super PRV boosters together? And you're going to have to write fast because these are super jam-packed. This is like inside my brain. And it's going to change your PRV, which is going to, in turn, change your recruiting. Grab your pens, get your paper ready to go. Number 1, this is PRV boosters, and they're going to change everything. Messenger party. I will get $700 to $1,000 every single time I do a messenger party. Here's what you do. You privately message I say only do maybe 10 of your best customers. Let them know it's exclusive. This is through text. Let them know not to talk about it, not to share it. This is just for them. Let them know that it's an exclusive invite only flash sale through group messenger. Give them the rules. They're not allowed to talk. They're only allowed to view the group message. And the only thing they're allowed to write is what do you do when you hold it down and it thumbs it up? They thumb it up. So here's what I do. I go through my house. I collect all of the inventory that I'm ready to get rid of. And because it's through Messenger, we're allowed to do all of this. It's absolutely within compliance. I have those 10 people. They know the rules about not, like bogging down the message with all the junk. Like, oh, that's pretty. No, I just want to know if you want to buy it. And then sorry. I just gotta go because I do all of this within a 20-minute time frame. So I'm not tying up their entire evening. And there's something about that exclusivity of, oh my gosh, when I post it, I only have 3. I'll say I have 3 of these warmers. There's something about that drives women to go like, oh, it's me, and they're like, oh gosh, so I immediately follow up with them because I'm only working with 10 people. That's why I told you I didn't really want you to go crazy with a lot of people. I immediately message them with a PayPal link because if they've not paid, it's not theirs. And then as soon as everyone's paid, I'll say claimed, and we move on to the next thing. I have usually about a 5-minute time cap on the products that haven't sold. Like say I have 4 Clean Breeze stars, and then 5 minutes has passed and only 3 people have claimed them, then I'll move on. And then at the end of the messenger party, I'll just say, okay, these are the items that I have left. First come, first serve. And then honest to God, I usually never have anything left over. And here's the deal. I also have people that message me saying, oh my gosh, I missed out on that counter clean. I can order more on your website, right? Absolutely. Okay, messenger parties work. It's all about how you promote it. It's all about how you make them feel exclusive about it, okay? All right. Number 2, sell 6 8-packs. And this is very important. Use things like freshen your spring scents. Bring back my bar, of course. Or make up your own ideas. Like when you go on Pinterest, you see the mermaid bundle. I made up a seaside spa bundle last year and sold like crazy. Mountain retreat. I love doing this or that things where it's like, okay, I have 5 mountain retreat bundles and 5 seaside spa bundles. Who wants them? And they will go like crazy because it's that exclusive type feel. Number 3, host a spa night in your own home. So many of you guys tell me, Laura, I can't get parties. Well, of course you can. You use the ugly P word. Nobody can, right? You don't use party as your enticement to try to get someone to come into or let you come into their home. No. But you say, hey, I'm having a spa night over at Mom's house at the end of this month. You want to come? Don't even use the word Scentsy. Just say spa night. And then you're going to have it looking fine in there, lights down low, soft music playing, diffusers pumping mist everywhere, bowls of warm water filled with some Scentsy soak and all the fun. You can make your own, teach them how to make their own salt or sugar scrub, and that be kind of like the perk of the night. They get to take some home. I mean, guys, you can have so much fun with this. But you're never going to book up your calendar with spa nights until someone has experienced it firsthand. So you be the guinea pig. You do it at your own house, and then you're going to have people find out about it and want to do it themselves. Number 4, we're moving on. Promote the bundle and save. Let everyone know that if they purchase a combine and save two-warmer system, that they'll be entered into a drawing. So many times they'll order that one bar and one warmer. Do you have something in place that kind of helps them, upsell? I'm sorry, do you upsell and have something in place to kind of make it their perk? So for instance, when I upsell, I don't just tell them what's in it for them as far as monetarily, but I also say, well, you know that today or this month is my Scentsy Successful month, and anybody that places a $50 order gets into the drawing for the super special happy. And they're like, oh my gosh, where am I at right now? I'm like, honey, you're at 48. But we can make it a bundle and save, and you can get another another warmer and 3 more bars for this much, and you'd be in the drawing. Forget that you have to spend $18 more, just you're in the drawing. And they're like, yes, sign me up. I mean, it's all about how you market yourself and the opportunities. Okay, moving on. Oh, and let me tell you, a lot of the things that I'm telling you cannot be done by Facebook posts or Instagram posts. It's behind the scenes, and that is really honestly where I get the majority of my following. People they crave that interaction, that one-on-one feel that they get through Messenger with you or through text. I use the Hit 'em Up app. I can text every single one of my customers, even adding their first name, so it truly looks like it actually was something that I typed out by hand. And it'll say, hi Hannah, it's Laura Godwin, your Scentsy girl. I just wanted to let you know I'm having a messenger party. I know you loved it last time. It is so fun to text them. And so I do want to just let you know that the majority of what I talk about today is probably going to be through messenger or text only, but it's worth the extra effort that you have to do to message them. Okay, moving on. Number 5, ready? Use the clearance tab. There's nothing like seeing the marked down price on something that you already love, and we neglect that so much. So I usually will take 2 days, a Thursday and a Friday of every single month. I go ahead and highlight it throughout my entire calendar. They're my clearance focus days. I do it on Thursday and Friday because you want to get them on Thursday before they decide where their paycheck's going to go. You want to get them on Friday before they get to Target, okay? Just being honest. So, my clearance focus days. The clearance tab, it is ever changing, sometimes slower than others, but it's just how you market it is huge. So, have your clearance tab, a couple of days a month will work. Do a poll, and make it sound something like this. Hey guys, I'm making samples for everybody that orders from me next month. Can't decide between counter cleaning or the new, concentrate. What's it? Cleaning concentrate?
The all-purpose concentrate?
Multi-purpose concentrate. What do you guys, help me out. What would you like to see in your thank you package when you order next month? And just that suggestive type idea, and plus you're giving them a voice. We all love to have a voice, right? So they feel like that they're part of your business, but yet you've also planted that subliminal message that, hey, if I order, I might get something, So, but you're not telling them that they're going to get it. You're just asking. So I love polls for that reason. Number 7. You guys might use this already, but have a Host of the Month club. I'm going to read it because I get so wordy if I just sit here and chat. Find 8 people who commit to purchasing 25 PRV and products every month. Make a schedule, designating each person the host for 2 months out of the year. Every month, you're going to have a 200 PRV party, and you're going to have 8 very happy customers who get to be the host twice a year without much effort on their parts. Okay? Number 8. Provide off-to-college ideas. Make examples of gifts that would be good for new college students. Like you could even do a spa gift bag arranged with like a bathroom organizer, cotton puffs, a loofah, some of our body wash, and all the fun stuff, right? Okay, number 9, be your own best customer. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Number 10, work hard to get 4 $50 PRV orders. I will sometimes, often, wake up and I'll just set a goal for myself. Okay, today it's going to be a 200 PRV day. Let's do it, Laura. I don't need outside motivation. I don't need anybody to inspire me or give me ideas. I'm I'm gonna find a way. And if the first 10 customers that I text, if that just isn't getting a great response, then I have 10 more customers I gotta find and find a new script, because that one just didn't get a lot of fire from it, right? So I have found a lot of success from saying something similar to this. Now, not with the same people that you texted last week, okay? Give them a break, don't overdo it, but just simply saying, hey, I need to sell 5 counter clean today before 8 p.m. You would be so surprised how many people will go to bat for you with a small number. And I've had so many people say, hey, I want one, but hold on, I'm going to text my mother-in-law. Mother-in-law isn't even a customer of mine. I don't even know if she's ever even tried the counter clean. I've never even sent her a sample, but she's going to order for me? How'd that happen? Oh, I made that happen. Because I put that little part in there about I need to sell 5. I didn't tell them why, and it said my director challenged me. I don't need any of that. I can just do it myself, okay? Number 11, change the way you purchase for personal use. I think you guys all know this, but I had to put it in here because I think it's so critical that we remember that when we group our orders together, we can be our own best customer and get that super nice PRV booster just from grouping our orders together as a party. Number 12, have an open house or a yard sale. Guys, we're in the South. Yard sales rock, okay? And so, mind all the rules. Have one table for your Scentsy products, and mind all the rules that are in place there about the signage by the front, in the front lawn and all that kind of stuff. But I have directors in my downline that sell $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 on a Saturday morning and take orders, all because they set up in their neighborhood. Do you have a best friend that would let you come and set up in her fancy pants neighborhood for 10% of what you sell? Think about it. You might get every Saturday be setting up in a new part of town and not have a booth fee. How about that? Okay, I get so excited about these. I get super bogged down. Okay, number 13, brand yourself. Make sure you're wearing something Scentsy. Half the work is making sure that they know what we do, and so just be that constant reminder. Number 14, give your hostess 2 catalogs of 5 order forms and give 2 hostesses 2 catalogs of 5 order forms and tell them that they only have to get to $100 in orders and they get a warmer half off. If this works like it always has for me every single time, they're not going to stop at 100. They are going to get to 100 in just an hour or so, and then you're going to be able to say, oh, honey, are you serious right now? Well, let's go on ahead and talk about what happens if you get to 200, okay? You're just getting the feet wet, all right? Number, thanks, you're the best. Okay, number 15, pick up the phone. And let me tell you, this is super hard for me. Time-wise, I homeschool, and I just don't need to be tied down to phone calls, and some of my customers are older, and I just wonder, oh gosh, they may need to tell me a whole bunch of stuff that's happened in their life, and then Luke's waiting on me for a test and homeschool, and do I have time to commit? But let me tell you, for the most part, every single time I make a phone call, I always tell them in the message, hey, I know you're really busy, just text me back when you get this, and they always text me back. Every single time. Like, it's very rare. I have a few no texting customers, but for the most part, my fear of talking on the phone is truly a 30-second voice message. It's that easy. Okay. Number 16. Ooh, I love this one. Have you guys ever heard of the theme grab bags? So you go through your house and with a rake and you just grab all of the, discontinued stuff that you haven't sold, just anything in your home that needs to go, right? Especially this time of year when we realize it's not in the catalog. So we want to get rid of it, right? So you make these grab bags, and I love these ideas, and there's tons of ways to do it. But you can have like 5 grab bags made up. Real pretty, okay? Because the bag is what sells this idea. Anyway, the grab bags are valued at, let's say, $35. But you've raked up all the stuff through your house that you need to get rid of, and you've evenly distributed them among the 5, and you've made sure that the value's at $35, but hey, you're only going to charge $25. Okay? And then here's what I do. I say $35 because I'm counting that $8 shipping. that I may or may not have had to pay, but they would have to pay if they wanted that bag full of goodies. Add that, add the tax. And that's how you come to the conclusion of what the value of the bag's going to be worth. And then name the bag really fun things like unicorn farts. Or, yeah, there's so many, like, I don't know why my brain just stopped at that one, but there are so many things that you can have so much fun. Crazy cat lady. You can name one crazy cat lady. You can name one ballpark mom, or, stressed out, need wine for supper mom. Whatever you want to name it, have fun with it. 5 bags, and all you have to say is it's full of full-size Scentsy products, because you need them to know that you're going to bring it. Because the next time you have grab bags, you need them to have confidence in you. You do this right the first time, you won't have problems keeping a following. You won't have trouble gaining customer base. Okay, I told you I can get so bogged down. Number 17, have an open party on your personal website. Message a few loyal customers and say, hey, I just added a party to my website. The first 3 people that order from each party are getting a jammed up, awesome, happy mail package from me. Leave it at that. Pass the word around your work. Done, okay? Number 18, call your customers until you have collected 5 referrals. There's so many times that I realize that my customers may be Scentsy waxed out, right? They send me pictures of their ginormous baskets full of wax, and I think, oh, I need to remember this the next time I'm sending out that I need to sell 5, 6 packs before 8 o'clock. I don't need to call them because I know what their stash looks like. So I love to come at it with a non-aggressive approach, saying, hey, I can't remember. Have I ever given you my referral special? Have we ever talked about that? And that's my out, because I really can't remember. I'm blind and I'm busy and I'm, living life at the fullest, right? And so almost every single time they'll say, no, I don't think you have, or yes, you have, but I've forgotten, tell me again. And then you can do it however you want, but I usually will give a 20% off to my referral, and I make up coupons ahead of time so that I can just write in the amount. I always put an expiration date of that within 6 months. Definitely within 6 months. And then if they refer someone to me that doesn't order, so I can't really give them a coupon for 20% off, that's cool. I still send them like a complimentary consolation prize. It's usually a scent circle, and I love having really just a lot of fun with the scent circles. You can make it a cute gift for very little. Add some candy in there. It's super fun. Okay, are we on 19, guys? Cool. Be ready. One of the best things I've ever done in my Scentsy journey is to have a mobile office. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It can be a tote or a backpack or whatever you want. And I can't tell you how many times as I've passed out samples. In fact, I actually even got a recruit from doing this one time at a restaurant. And in her case, the waitress said, oh my gosh, everybody loves Scentsy up here, but we don't have time to shop. Do you have anything on hand? I'm like, well, actually, I do. When's a good time to come by? And she's like, oh, we are never busy after 1:30. Like, never. We don't get off till 3, but we are never busy. If you come by at 1:30, we'll probably buy everything you have. I'm like, that's enough time to go home and load the car. So, having that mobile office, you never know how many people need a light bulb, and they need it right then, okay? Or what kind of opportunities will arise because you were prepared. I have a YouTube video on my mobile office. I go through what's in it and why it's in there, and it's super tiny. It doesn't take up my whole car, but it works. Number 20, mail past customers the Scent of the Month flyer with a scent sample breakup. I'm sorry. I think I read that crazy. So just the Scent of the Month flyer, and you can put a scent sample in there. And here's my big sister advice. You know that saying, maybe I shouldn't say it, but why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? Dude, some of these samples, I'm like, dang, that's, a $2 wax equivalent. Like, why would they want to place an order whenever you're so generous? Like, I don't mean to be ugly or anything, but I really feel like that less is more. You're creating that fear of missing out when they have this little sliver that's like 2 Tic Tacs glued together, that size. And they put it in their warmer, and they can only smell it from about this far away. And they love it, and they're like, wow, I wonder what a whole cube would smell like. And then they order. You get what I'm saying? Like, less is more, and it's better for your budget as well, especially if you're beginning your Scentsy journey. We're on 21. Hand out samples everywhere you go. That kind of goes with number 20. Label, label, label is number 22. I use the Love Brag tag. I got it from Melissa Gratz. She's such an inspiration to me. And I went to Vistaprint, created my own little version of Love Brag tag. Got inspired by hers and tried my best to make it as cute as hers. That didn't come out quite right, but it works. I don't give anything away. I used to feel like I had to entice people to share my business, but what I've learned is if you make the right connection with them by texting, by making them feel exclusive, by asking about their daughter that just got out of the hospital, by doing all the right things, then they want to help you grow automatically. You don't have to beg them to pass your catalog around at work. You don't have to beg them to get on Facebook. They're anxious to share why they love their Scentsy girl, okay? So my Love Brag tag just basically says, woohoo, you got your Scentsy order in. Take a minute to just close your eyes and breathe it all in and enjoy it. And now get on social media and brag about it. And don't forget to tag me. It's that simple, okay? Number 23, invite all of your past hostesses to a host appreciation event. And you can have this live at your home. I recently just moved from the Sticks to Columbus, Georgia. And so I'm really glad that I didn't do a lot of these live because I really feel like I would have left a following. I've always done these host appreciation days virtually from my website, from my computer, from my text or whatever. And I love just making them feel really VIP. I really kind of feel like that a lot of these things may not be super duper over the top, but you'll learn that if you market it that way, they'll feel like it's over the top. So you can express your appreciation for them, talk about new opportunities, explain the warmer of the month, give them a chance to book a party for an exclusive, let's just say, host appreciation. Thank you so much for your loyalty. You have helped me build my business in the past. I want to give you the first chance to help me build it in the future. And hey, you get to pick from any date you want of these dates in March. Be the first ones to book a party. And you can have some special little giveaways if they are to, order during that hostess appreciation time frame. You might do 2 days, however you want to do it is super fine. 24, host a mystery host party. Oh my gosh, we're running out of time. I'm just going to let you look that one up, okay? It's super easy, it's fun. Look on Pinterest or even the workstation. Mystery hostess party. 25, talk to brides. Oh my gosh, now is the time, right now, to start talking to brides. They are, right now, getting super serious about their wedding in June and July, okay? So don't wait until May to think that you gotta get serious about it right now. You can, number 26, subscribe to the Warmer of the Month for a nice quick 60 plus PRV booster. Set up a Scentsy Club for yourself. That's a nice perk as well. Number 27, sign up for a small vendor fair. Use combine and save options to buy supplies for your fair. Have a great display. Have perks. Say, mention. I send out an email to my customers or a text and I'll say, hey, I'm going to be set up at this address from this time to this time. Mention this text and you get a free something. I'll choose whatever it is, a free something with your $15 or more order. Everybody buys $15, right? But it gets them there. And it gets them ready to shop, and they never stop at 15. I'm just going to let you know, ever. Are we on 28? Okay. Contact local businesses with lots of employees in a small location, such as real estate offices, dental offices, medical practices, schools. I have another director on my team that sets up for the nurses at this little doctor's office in a little bitty old town that there's probably more cows in that town than there are people. She will sell close to $1,000 and she's only there for a couple of hours. In fact, she's been doing it so often that they ask her to come and they bring in orders for other people because they know she's going to be set up, and so they're like, oh, I have a list of things that, my best friend wanted or whatever. So she kills her PRV just simply by going and setting up for a few hours every single month at the nurse's station. Okay. We are on, thank you, create a system for follow-up. There is a breakout session for Maven, so I'm not going to really dwell on this, but guys, follow-up is key. 30, make a simple flyer to include with your deliveries or to hand out with your business cards. Simply suggest gifts. People want easy gifts. How many times do you see a frantic mom practically running into Target on Friday night before the birthday party? Guys, be her Scentsy savior and just help that girl out. You have to plant the seed before she gets in that mind, and you're going to have to be Johnny on the spot when it happens, because I get frantic texts going, Mom's birthday is tonight, or Mom's birthday party is tonight, and we leave for the Mexican restaurant, and in 30 minutes, can I swing by your house? I'm like, honey, I'm not home. Let me see what my husband can throw together for you. But they know that I'm going to do my best to help them out. It might be bulbs and God knows what, but I'm going to do my best to make it work well, because I want them to keep coming to me. Oh my gosh, did you guys find 2 or 3 PRV boosters in there that kind of gave you a little bit of fire in your soul?
Oh, yes.
Good. Okay. So I got to check the time. Okay. Whew. All right. So I want you to, oh my goodness, I want you to circle those 2 or 3 things that just lit something inside of you. So I recently started running. I don't like to run. I like to lift weights. I'm all about some heavy weights and Olympic lifting technique. Give me all of that. But the second I see running on the workout of the day, I'm running away. Like, I can go from super pumped, like I'm here to boss this workout, to I don't even want to be here. Just because I see running in it. I hate to run. But here's what I decided. I decided at the beginning of this year that I was tired of being afraid of running. I also was bulking up because I was doing all the weightlifting and not enough cardio. And, I mean, like, on purpose I was doing that, but it was making me bulk up. And so my husband was like, you need to run. And then I have a flabby tummy that I wanted to lose. And so all these things motivated me to run. And I hate every minute of it. So Friday was 3 weeks of me running. And I'm going to tell you that I set that goal with no problem. I'm gonna lose my tummy. I'm going to not bulk up. I'm gonna slim down, and I'm gonna get over that fear of running one day at a time. I was fine with setting that big goal, and I also was pretty fine with knowing that I'd have to get up and what it would take. Here's what gets me: shin splints. I hate them. They're like legs screaming at you. Shin splints, headache. I've been at this for 3 weeks, and over half of the time I've been running, I've had a cold, and so like my hoodie is full, like out to here, with all these Kleenexes because I can't go very far without having to blow my nose, and then I'm running trying to blow my nose because I know if I stop, I'll probably just stop for good. And so I'm like, let's keep running, gonna blow my nose and keep running, and it's so dreadful. I've had headaches. I've had people that I knew were going to be at the house by 8:15, and would I have enough time to run and get home and shower and be presentable by the time they walked in? There were scheduling conflicts and all the things that honestly, if I thought about it, I'd just not go. But I've learned something through this running experience I want you to apply in your Scentsy business. You're not going to feel like it every day. You're going to get up, and the shin splint fear is going to hold you hostage. And you're going to be like, I have a cold. It's been 26 degrees some mornings whenever I've had to run, and I'm cold-natured even in front of the fireplace. So let me tell you that when I wanted to use that for an excuse, it about got me. But I couldn't think about it. I almost had to get into like this weird part of my brain where I was just like focusing on what I was doing and not where I was going. So I was getting on my shoes, I was getting dressed, I was walking out the front door, and that's the extent of how far I could think about it. Because if I thought more into it, I'd have shut down. Some of these things that I've given you, they seem like really cool ideas and you love where it's going to get you long term, but when you go to start doing them, you are going to be hit with not shin splints. You're going to be hit with opposition. You're going to be hit with things that immobilize you. You're going to hate doing it, honestly. I hate running. You're not going to love follow-up every single time you do it. I'd love to tell you that every step of your journey is going to be a bed of roses. Let me tell you, as your big Scentsy sister, it's not always a bed of roses. You're going to absolutely hate it some days, but you cannot shut down. You can't lose sight of the goal. There's 2 things that I need you guys to make me a promise of. I need you to tell me that as you work through these PRV boosters and the things we've talked about today, I need you to tell me that you're not ever going to say, it is what it is. That's like my pet peeve. It drives me batty as I mentor people all over, and if I ever hear someone say, it is what it is, it makes me cringe. Give me some examples from you guys of things where maybe in your own life or someone you've mentored has said, it is what it is. I'm going to get you started with a couple. I have a bad sponsor that ignores me. It is what it is. Like, I'm just going to be terrible and sensitive because there's not 1,400 other people that I can reach out to. Okay, I'm being sarcastic, but really, like, it is what it is. My sponsor ignores me. I'm not cut out for this. What are some other ideas? Shoot it from the floor real quickly. Things that maybe you feel like you might tell yourself and then you might would say, it is what it is. Excuses you give yourself. Anybody got one? Yes, ma'am.
When I'm trying to get an incentive trip and I'm working.
Okay.
I'm working and I'm not going to make it.
Okay.
So about a month, 30 days to go.
Okay.
You really should be going in
Right.
the hardest possible way. If
Okay.
it seems like the gap is too big,
It is, yeah.
it is what it is.
Okay, yeah, so the fear of the deadline. Okay, I like that. What's another excuse that you tell you? And let me tell you, a lot of these excuses are valid. When I'm running and my nose is really running really, really bad, that's a valid excuse to stop. Shin splints? Well, you should listen to your body. But anyway, so don't be afraid to say these out loud because many times they are true, valid reasons. Yes, ma'am?
When you hear 5 no's.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. I had it written down. You rock. By the nose, getting no for an answer. Not everybody you text is going to say yes. Hey, sometimes I don't even respond. Right? I love that one. What's another excuse?
My team's not around me.
Oh, good one. My team isn't local. It is what it is. I mean, like, I'm going to terminate this month because I haven't been able to reach out into, my community and I just don't have any customers. It is what it is. Really? Where's your fight? Yes, ma'am.
No family support.
No family support. I love that one. I have that one written down as well. Yeah. I heard one the other day that kind of shocked me to my core because I really feel like that we are very diverse in Scentsy, and I love that about us. But I actually heard someone say, oh, I don't fit that cool girl, super successful Scentsy mold. There's one of those. Like, if I fit that mold, I don't want to see that mold. I don't think I fit it either. But I was really shocked that to her core, she shut down and was going to terminate because she didn't fit the mold. She thought, it is what it is, I don't fit the mold. Okay, so promise me that you will not tell yourself, it is what it is. We have that promise together? I have another one though. I never ever want you to tell yourself, I don't feel like it. I was mentoring a star director the other day, and I asked her, I had given her a challenge and she hadn't done it, and I was like, what's going on? And she's like, girl, I just haven't felt like it. And I'm like, oh Lord, don't let that rule your action plans. Don't wake up waiting to feel like it. I'm gonna tell you, every time my child had a poopy diaper, I didn't feel like changing it. I didn't. There's many times that I don't feel like cleaning the shower or whatever it is that just has to be done, but I just have to get into that place in my brain where I know that the outcome is absolutely worth the short-term pain that I gotta get through, okay? So don't say it is what it is, and don't let yourself say, oh, I just don't feel like it today. Honey, in 10 years, it's astounding how many times I've done things and not felt like it. Just being honest, if you can get to the place where you can push through, you just might enjoy the very thing that you think you don't. Okay, when you find yourself in a place where you're about to say one of those 2 terrible things I just told you, I need you to do me a favor, and I really, really need you to listen. If you forget everything else I've said, forget my name, forget everything, remember this. The reason you get in one of those 2 places, or either of those 2 places, is because, in my opinion, you are not willing or haven't been creative enough. Our butt gets in a rut because we aren't ready to grow ourselves to find where we are going to be inspired. I don't wake up and wait for inspiration to hit me. I'm getting up and I'm finding my own inspiration. I'm going to give you some ideas, and I'm going to, hopefully we'll have time to get some from the floor. But when I feel like I'm about to get in a place where I could say, it is what it is, I moved away from all of my customers, and all my customer base is 4 hours away from me. It is what it is. I just won't be a $5,000 or $7,000 PRV earner anymore. It's no big deal. It is what it is. I'm going through a different season in my life. That's not true. We just have to find a way to get creative. Okay, so here's how I get creative. I get on Pinterest. Who else finds like 90% of their life inspiration from Pinterest? All three of us. Okay, well then. All right, so I love sprinkling some real cool life stuff into my Scentsy packages. I'm just going to throw out a couple of ideas. I could spend the entire 45 minutes on just this topic. I'm crazy passionate about it. But I really feel like that we should reach out to our customers on more of an emotional level whenever we are doing business with them. I love to get on Pinterest and find, like, for instance, this month I did a seaside clean theme for some grab bags and fun stuff. I got on Pinterest and I found some inspiration for a cleaning schedule, really cute stuff. Went on Canva, kind of made my own version of it. At the top it says Laura's cleaning schedule, and I did that on purpose because I want them to feel connected to me and not just some random crap off of Pinterest. But it's okay if you want to just print off stuff from Pinterest as well. But here's what it did. Anytime someone bought anything from our cleaning line, or when they got that package for the seaside cleaning theme that I did this month, they got one of those cleaning schedules. Do you know how many texts I've gotten? Not about, woo, this counter clean is awesome, or thank you so much for the, cute samples you put of the, dish soap in there. No, they're not talking about any of that. They're talking about my cleaning schedule. They love it. They're probably not going to use it. None of us do, right? But they love the extras. Think outside the box and get creative. It just might make you have a passion and ignite your soul for what you do every day. I love getting on Pinterest and finding cute, inexpensive post ideas and team incentive ideas. So here, I don't know that I have enough for everybody. I intended to, but we'll see how far it goes. We'll give them to consultants and girls first, and then we'll see how much we have left. But it says, 2019, it's so exciting to see you crush your goals. And Scentsy, hugs Laura Godwin, Scentsy Superstar Director. It's a 15-cent investment that hopefully puts a smile on everybody's face that gets it. Why? Because it's the little extras. It's the thing that they remember. When they don't remember a whole lot, they'll remember the little extras, or they'll remember how it made them feel. Okay, oh my gosh, I could keep on going. I want to leave you with a quote that I heard one of my sweet friends, Nick Gervais, say. She said this, and it stuck with me and just rolled around, inspiring me. She said, be 1% better than you were yesterday, and in 100 days, you'll be 100% better. Just think, if you use the 30 things that I gave you today, just trying every single day to be 1% better than you were yesterday, just imagine, right? Okay, thanks for being here. I'm going to meet you at that door.
Woo!